Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 13 of my 1.5 versus 6 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I am playing against a team of 6 Emperor AI, although I did begin the game with an AI teammate set to Lord difficulty. In this series, I'm playing as the Goblin Rogue, Gnulsa Nightstar. In our last episode, we unfortunately suffered a fairly grievous loss, and that was the loss of our AI teammate, Larissa, who unfortunately was killed off by a combination of the roaming units who took her throne city, and then a combination of Olarmian Robstone, the dwarf warlord, attacking her directly underground. We can just zoom over to where that was. Unfortunately, that was right here. You can see that the city is in flames, so Olarmian brought his army in and attacked her, killed her off while her throne city was being migrated, and unfortunately, we lost our AI teammate. So it is now a basically a one-man show. I'm alone in this series now, and that unfortunately means we did fail our side objective for this playthrough. But we're gonna, soldier on and try to avenge Larissa's death. So that's what we're going to attempt to do beginning now in this episode. However, before I dive in to this one, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to a few individuals who left some fantastic comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from Lance Fair. Lance pointed out that researching Dark Pact is only a good idea if I actually have Shadow Stalkers and Succubi around to actually benefit from the upgrade. And just to remind everybody, Dark Pact is going to give my Assassins, Succubi, and Shadow Stalkers, as well as my Bards, +1 defense, +1 damage, and importantly, new powers. And those new powers are going to be very important for my Succubus and my Shadow Stalker units. But again, great point there from Lance. Just a reminder that I do need to actually start producing the units to have them benefit. And so if we jump over to Edinburgh, we're now working on Shadow Stalkers here. And I would like to get that going as well, probably in my throne city here. Once we have this planar gate finished, we're going to be able to start working on them. And likewise, probably in some of my halfling cities, like right here. I think in Lilac, we would actually be able to do a planar gate now. So we'll probably do that. And then, again, really start just kind of pumping out as many as we're able to. So, good point there from Lance. The next set of comments here is from Albtrom. Albtrom left an absolutely fantastic set of comments where he kind of dissected a number of the battles that I went through in the last episode and gave some important feedback and critiques on some of the decisions I made and some of the things that I maybe could have done differently. I won't break down each and every one of his comments because I actually want you guys to go back and take a look at all of what he posted. So if you find his Albtrom's main comment, he then created a string of replies to that comment. I'm assuming probably to avoid the unfortunate situation where sometimes leaving longer comments doesn't always have the comment show up. And again, that's been a bit of an issue. So that's a potential workaround. But anyway, go and check out his comment string and take a look at what Albtrom said. Because again, lots of really good learning points there for both me and for hopefully a lot of you as well. What I will point out, Albtrom mentioned that it might actually be too early for me to start working on Dark Pact. And if we go in and look at my research, I've got a number of potential options here that I could do in just a single turn, like Scout Training, Trail Running, Incite Revolt, Moving Target, Cunning Escape, Bolster, Shadow Weed Decoction here. We've got a ton of options to do in just a single turn, even Cloak and Dagger. So it might be better to actually kind of clear out a bunch of these single turn options, and then as my research income picks up a little bit, maybe we can do Dark Pact a few turns from now and have it be a little bit less costly. And I think that's a totally valid suggestion. I'm kind of torn on it myself because I really do want Dark Pact active, but I do kind of agree with what Albtrom is also saying, so I'm sort of torn on this one. Now the thing that's important to remember is that I can always shuffle my active research if I need to. So for example, if I'm clearing a structure that I know is going to provide a research reward when I clear it, like let's say a Sphinx Temple or a Lost Library, what I could do is shuffle my active research over to something that I could bang out in either a single turn or something that I know the reward will probably cover in a single turn. Like, for example, if we go back in here, if I know I'm probably going to get more than 60, I could switch to Scout Training and just get it completely finished, which, you know, again, that would actually be pretty useful. So I might use that if I decide to stick with Dark Pact going forward as my research choice for now. I might still do that kind of active shuffle. So thank you to Albtron for pointing that one out. And then Albtron, excuse me, also mentioned that regarding Larissa, I had sort of beat myself up a little bit last episode and lamented that I had sort of let her die. Albtron sort of, you know, in his assessment, there really wasn't a whole lot I could have done. It was sort of a perfect storm of kind of unfortunate circumstances where her throne city was captured by a bone dragon and some other undead units, and then just at that exact same sort of set of turns there, she was also attacked by one of my opponents. So, you know, kind of a perfect storm of unfortunate events. And I guess really the only thing I probably could have done is maybe have stationed some units around either her throne city or around Larissa herself, you know, like multiple turns ago in preparation to kind of start defending her. But I really thought I had a few more turns because we hadn't even encountered our opponents up until a turn ago or 2 turns ago when one of them took my vassal. So, you know, it is what it is. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to focus on avenging Larissa's death. Samuel Gomes actually had a really good comment regarding, you know, so Larissa could return as an undead leader in the next series potentially or something like that, and doing a bit of sort of lore building. So I appreciate Samuel sort of making that suggestion. As always, a big thank you for the excellent comments and suggestions. And as I said, make sure you check out Albtrom's comment string there, as I couldn't really go through each of them in detail. But check out all of his assessments of those battles. All right, so let's dive in here. We've got a lot of things still going on, and of course now we've got to kind of reassess our decision-making now that Larissa is out of the game. So one of the big things I was going to do is take Beniefs and send Beniefs down, probably to capture this city over here. Meanwhile, I'm going to use my Necromancer over here, and I'm going to probably send my Necromancer down to try and purge these undead that took Larissa's throne. So I think between my 2 stacks, I should be able to reclaim a number of Larissa's sort of cities. And yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Unfortunately, I was really hoping we'd be able to make it to this Hasteberry bush, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So what I think we'll do instead is we might actually take a little bit of a detour and try out this dungeon. Now, again, this is a bit of a risk because obviously these dungeons are usually quite well defended. Okay, so we've got a Manticore Rider, and then we've got Monster Hunter, 2 Berserkers, and a Tiger. I think I'm going to roll the dice on this one. I think I can handle it. Again, possibly famous last words, but we'll see. The reason I say that is because Beniefs does have Inflict Stun, and we also have a very, very powerful Eagle Rider, and we also have our Priest here who can buff one of our units going up forward. So I think we'll probably apply that buff to our Eagle Rider. I think that's probably going to be the best sort of choice there. Now, obviously, the Manticore Rider is going to be a bit of an issue. So I think what we'll do is we'll actually kind of turtle up a little bit here. Again, you can really get yourself in some trouble if you do this. But again, if I do this correctly, I'm hoping that it won't be too big of a conundrum here. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to leave the Eagle Rider right there, and I'm going to hope that the Manticore Rider is going to come in and attack me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to buff the Eagle Rider with Bestow Iron Heart. Now, we are going to suffer some damage there, so you know what? Maybe I shouldn't. But what that's going to do is it's going to open up the Manticore Rider. It's going to end up using its first attack, and it won't be in defense mode anymore. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll throw Bestow Iron Heart on right now. I mean, we could wait and then use it as a healing effect, but I think it would be better to just buff the defense now and give us a little bit more of a fighting chance. Meanwhile, our Slither can just chill out, and I think our cavalry over here can kind of just come over this way. Actually, you know what? We'll go back here. And then for Beniefs, Again, we've got some really good options. We've got a healing spell. We've got Sphere of Protection that's going to dramatically decrease the amount of damage we take from physical damage. So we've got some good options there. So let's kind of hope that the Magical Rider takes the bait here and goes for the Eagle Rider. Okay, went for the pounce. That's just fine. Ooh, and a double pounce there from... I'm actually really glad we buffed the Eagle Rider because, again, we took a decent amount of damage. So, okay, we can do this, but I don't know if that's going to be a wise choice given that our Eagle Rider's kind of in rough shape. So, I think what we're going to want to do... Unfortunately, our Priest is kind of in a bad position here. We might have to back up and just take the attack of opportunity so that we're actually able to put out some damage here. Meanwhile... Oh, and unfortunately, and again, this is my mistake. I didn't look to see that this was a Tigran Manticore Rider and has Pounce. Otherwise, I might not have done that, because now, even though I left my unit out to take the attack, the Manticore Rider is at full health and is in defense mode. So that kind of puts a bit of a damper on my little, all my planning at the beginning. So that was a bit of an oopsie. All right, well, what we can do here is we might want to just buff our Eagle Rider with... I think that's probably what we'll do. We might use Beneaths to do that. So let's step our Priest back one. And then we can blast the Berserker here for some damage. So let's do that. Excellent. We can do a little bit more there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do this... for some extra damage here. Very nice. And then we're going to move out with our Slither, and I think we'll get the kill. I do have to be a little bit careful here, because if I don't play my cards right... Yeah, this Eagle Rider is going to take an absolute beating. So I think what we'll do is we're going to step Beneaths up like this, and then we're going to throw... I do have to be a little bit careful, because obviously... Beneaths could take some pretty nasty damage from this Manticore Rider, but I'm hoping that it's not going to attack me. I think what we'll do instead is we'll buff the Eagle Rider here. You know what we might even do, just to offer a little bit more protection, is we'll actually move our Warg Rider over just to provide Beneaths a little bit of relief there. And then I think what we'll do... Oh, I do have to be careful, though. If I move my Slither away, then what's going to happen is... the Magical Rider could step in right here and attack Beneaths. Although, attacks of opportunity are going to happen if it does that. Might be better to just kill the Berserker, honestly. Yeah, let's do that. I hope I don't regret that decision, but we'll see. Nope. Okay, oh, that really sucks. Went in and killed my Priest. Yeah, so moving the Naga was probably a mistake. And of course, now I'm kind of tied up here, so I gotta be careful. Eagle Rider can straight up kill the Manticore Rider, I believe, so let's do that. Ooh, not quite. Well, that's all right. And our Crossbowman can't do anything because of the... this isn't good. So let's do... I mean, we can kill the Tiger here, so maybe we'll... Alright, let's do this. There we go. And then, you know what? Let's use Beneaths to attack the Berserker because we have a chance to stun. Oh, and I don't think we got a stun off. Dang. It's a little bit unfortunate. And we've kind of moved everybody. Boy, losing that Priest was unfortunate. Again, that was sort of our healing for the... Alright, let's just get the kill with our... There we go. And then I think what we'll do with our Slither is we might actually want to heal because we're kind of in rough shape. So let's slip away. And let's just hope that our Eagle Rider doesn't get killed here. Yeah, okay, we're fine. That protection spell works really, really well. Okay, so now, yeah, geez, it's a shame we lost that Priest. Again, gold medal. You never want to lose gold leveled up units like that, but I'm hoping that we get some good rewards out of this. Let's see, what kind of damage do we do? So, I think it's, let's see, we do 6 to 9 versus minimum of 5, maximum of 8, so it's probably better to do our shock bolts here. Very nice, okay. And our Slither could get some experience, which I think is probably what we'll do here, yep. And a nice level up for our Slither. So definitely a costly battle here, losing that priest. Again, that was, due to my decision-making there. But, oh, and look at that. You know what? We got a Forge Priest to replace him, so, not the end of the world. And here we go. We got a Tier 2 Cavalry unit that's pretty decent, and some gold as well. So I will happily take the reward, and I'm going to include the Forge Priest in because Guardian Flame is a healing ability as well. So now what we're going to want to do is head back this way. So we will do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to throw the Forge Priest in with our stack. And so, we traded basically the Human Priest for the Dwarf Forge Priest. Guardian Flame doesn't heal quite as much, but it is still a healing ability, so I will happily take that. And now we've got ourselves a Tigran Saber-Toothed Chariot. And I have to decide kind of what do I want to do with that Chariot. You know what? I might actually add the Chariot into Volinara's stack here. So let's, let's head down this way. We can join up. And that way we'll have a full stack of 6. Very nice. Okay, you know what? That takes care of that. Pretty happy with that outcome. Fortunately, we have some undead that I just noticed probably going to attack my city here, so we might have to deal with that in the near future. I'm guessing those are coming from... Well, I don't think they'd be coming from the Haunted Boneyard, so there must be another spawning structure that I can't see somewhere else. I'll have to hunt around for that, but in any case, just double checking. Okay, so we have other units we can move. We've got our little Dread Monkey here and our stack of mostly support units and the Spider. We can head in and maybe try and clear out some of these units or go onto this other island and see what we can find. Meanwhile, we've got this Dread Monkey doing some exploring. And then, of course, we have Gnulsa over here. And Gnulsa was able to clear out the Sphinx Temple, and we'll head down, grab that gold. We might even go underground and see what kind of mischief we can get up to underground. In the meantime, though, let's keep exploring with our Dread Monkey. See what's kind of on this other island over here. Okay. Now, I think we've done our movement. I think we still... Oh, yeah, we still have a scout underground, but we've already done that movement. So we'll just jump around to some of our other units. We've done our Shadow Realm stuff. So Nero's done his thing. We've moved our cadavers up there. Just kind of double check. Yeah, Nulsa's done her thing. Okay, we have our settler. So you know what? Let's go down and settle this city now that we are able to. So we are going to found a city right here. I think that's how you do it. It's been a long time since I've built a city where I've had a fort already constructed. I think this is how you do it. So I think you just do that. Let me double check and make sure there's nothing I'm missing. Yeah, I think so. We'll just throw it right there. And we're basically going to upgrade the fort. And we should have a wall to start with. I hope I did that right. Again, it's been quite a while since I've actually constructed a city on top of a fort. Now, it would be nice to actually get another settler. And I might even use a halfling settler to go over to this one. I'll have to decide. Although I'm actually not sure because this is a goblin fort. Although I don't know if it's actually race specific if you have a fort. Actually, I don't think it is, but that's something I can have to think about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the haste berries with the builder, and then I want to send the builder somewhere over here to throw up maybe an area for a second city. Put a fort down, maybe over on the edge over here, somewhere near the coast, and then we'll put another city there eventually. Because I want to have 2 cities on that island is what kind of I'm thinking. Meanwhile, let's do a planar gate here in Lilac. And then we can start working on production there. Okay, so we've got a decent stack of units here. It would be great to start maybe clearing things out around Issel. We could just start developing it. We could get some high health longbowmen, which are obviously quite decent ranged units. Let's see, what else do we have? We could do a Rogue's Palace to get us some of our rogue units. I don't want to break the bank just yet on kind of upgrading the city or anything, because this is sort of, you know, out of the way for me. This isn't one of my main important cities. That said, I think it's worth developing because we've got some good structures around here, including you got the Forgotten Sanctum, and then you've also got the Vault of Knowledge and stuff. So we've got some pretty good structures around here. You know what? I think we'll do the Rogue's Palace, and we'll just kind of go down that route. So there we go. Over to Beltheme here. Probably same story, Rogue's Palace. Although, you know, if we were to do an observatory, that would be really nice, because that would get us this trading post to get us extra gold income. And otherwise, it's going to be quite a while, 17 turns. So maybe we just do the observatory to do that, and then we'll start developing capability there. Okay, so when it comes to Zhang here, I probably should have just produced more units rather than doing this hurry production and trying to do the Throne of Bone. I mean, I guess I could still stop that. I could cancel this, and I think that will refund my happiness modifier. But, you know, I've already sort of committed to it. But again, I think I could cancel it right now if I really wanted. And then I could just make a few more units and add them in with Zhang. So rather than doing the Throne of Bone, I could do another, maybe a Revenant Cavalry and another Caster or something like that. That said, I mean, once I have this done, I'll be able to crank out Wraith King units very, very quickly. So I think, you know what, I think I'm kind of in for a penny, in for a pound, so I'm gonna double down on it, which again, maybe not the wisest choice, and unfortunately it's meant that my hero is kind of sitting here, you know, twiddling her thumbs, but, you know, it is what it is. Again, that's kind of the choices I made, so I'm kind of committed to it. Alright, so we have our City of Bebjun here, working on a Builder's Hall. Got some pesky units threatening the city, but I think we'll send this unit over and just start digging out some walls here for some extra money. I think that's probably going to be the plan here. So, yeah, let's go down here and start digging. Get a little bit of extra gold income every turn. That'll be quite helpful for me. Now, for Beneaths, yeah, we've kind of decided we're going to head this way. Might grab those haste berries on our way through. We've had lots of joint offers, so we're going to ignore most of those. We just don't have the money right now. Again, you know what? I'm going to go and look at this again. You know, if I were to cancel this, it would refund me a ton of my gold, which I could use right now. And it would also give me... Although I guess I really don't need the gold right now. You know what? I think I'm okay. I've got pretty good income coming in the next turn, so... that's kind of a tough call. That's a really tough decision there. I've sort of committed myself to going for the Wraith King, so I think I'll just stick with it. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt. All right, we're going to end our turn there. All right. So while the turn is flipping over, one thing I'm going to have to consider is that I'm assuming quite soon I'm going to be encountering Olarmian and the rest of his teammates here in earnest. They're probably going to be popping up from the underground now that they're, you know, literally right underneath where Larissa was. Now, let me double check where Larissa actually went down. So right here. So now where is that in the... Okay, so here. So this is where I'm going to expect him to come out and probably start harassing me. So I do need to get Beneaths over to this city kind of ASAP so I can get control of it and then start mounting a defense against what I'm assuming is going to be units coming out of the underground at me. Now, and if not, I could mount my own offensive and go underground and reclaim the city where Larissa was killed. You know, Beneaths is pretty powerful at this stage. Very strong unit. Again, as this Slither levels up as well, that's going to be really good. So, you know, that might be the option there, is we grab this city with Beniefs, and then we send ourselves underground to go and kind of rally our forces and see what we can do. Alternatively, we head over and grab this city as well. That might be an option too. I don't think we've ever actually fully made contact with this particular city. I think Larissa only encountered them, so we might be able to encounter this city and turn it into ours through vassalization, but we'll have to see. Might be better to start prioritizing kind of the fight with our opponents that's going to be coming up here. And again, if I start having Shadow Stalkers at my disposal, I'm really hoping that that's going to give me an advantage. Because again, very, very shortly, I'm going to have my first Shadow Stalker produced here in Edinburgh, and then I'm going to start sending them off to join my stacks. And thankfully, because they're floating, they're going to be able to make it across the water and kind of get where they need to go a little bit easier. So, kind of excited for that. Oh, and I guess I didn't mention this, but Lance Fair had pointed out that if I do end up recruiting some succubi, of course I could use them to seduce units and improve my force composition that way. You guys know I love mind controlling and acquiring units that way, or when I'm playing Necromancer, using Greater Reanimate Undead. So I'm always open to that possibility as well. All right, Independents are moving. I suspect we're going to get attacked at least once. Maybe up here. Kind of worried about these units, honestly. Like, they're probably not going to be able to take the city because I can kind of run. But yeah, and there they are, harassing the city as expected. That's a little bit annoying. I imagine next turn they're going to come in and attack me. Thankfully, there's no wall here, and the Reanimator doesn't have enough movement to get close enough to use its ranged attack, and the Lost Souls are not going to be able to get close enough to me, so I think we'll be all right. Okay, a couple of things have happened. Skulth Zod has offered a tribute. Gold or mana. I will happily take the gold, thank you. That's very nice. We've received a proposal from Uru Thai. They would like to open borders and have a peace treaty, and I will happily accept that. This was formerly a vassal of Larissa, if I'm not mistaken. Which is why I previously hadn't really contacted them. Or didn't have them as a vassal option, I guess. Let's see. We've had domain invasion at Edinburgh. Okay, so that's these pesky units that are harassing the city. It would be nice to get rid of them just because they are slowing down production in the city due to the enemy and domain debuff there. But for now, I'm just going to kind of ignore them. We've had some items arrive here. We've also had, again, the domain invasion at Belfime, which we already saw. We can cast Spiritual Freedom this turn, so we'll figure out where best to do that. And if we look at some items here, we had, nice, a Blessed Totem arrive for Zhang. And we also had, oh, nice, a big club for her. And then we had, ooh, the Lightning-infused Power Crystal that gives Static Shield. This is really, really good for Volinara, so I'm quite happy that now she has access to that. And then we can sell off the Shield of Blocked Whispers. Very nice. Okay. Now, the big question, I mean, again, we're not level 7, so I just don't think it's worth trying the dungeon just yet at this point. So I think what we'll do instead is we'll just kind of start heading over to the city here. Again, if we were at level 7, we could potentially recruit this Bone Dragon via Greater Reanimate Undead, but we'll just have to make do. So, yeah, let's check out now. So we can do Wraith Kings in 3 turns, which is actually pretty good. So we'll start producing one, and then once we have one in the stack, I think we'll send her army off to kind of start doing stuff. And then once we have that, we can continue to produce units here and kind of add them in as we go. So that's going to be the game plan. So a few more turns here, and then Zhang will be off and off to the races. Boku, you know what, we'll do our production after. Let's do some of our fighting first so we kind of can maybe, you know, gain a little bit of extra gold or whatnot before we start making those choices. Oh, no, and there's a unit here threatening our builder. That's not good. We might actually have to... Oh, and we can't make it back to the coast, can we? Yikes. Well, we'll have to remember this and try to figure out how to avoid it. Let's jump over here and deal with Gnulsa, perhaps. So with Gnulsa, we can head down this way, grab the gold. And then, yeah, I think we're going to head underground and see what kind of mischief we can get up to underground. Oh, and look at this. We've got... So this island goes right down to the... almost the bottom of the map. Looks like we've got something here we could maybe encounter on that island. So with this stack, let's hop onto land and see what we can see. Oh, and here we go. Okay. Yeah, we're going to need to clear this out. That's for sure. So we'll take out these pesky units. This is going to be a little bit tricky just because they've got the obstacles that are going to kind of keep them protected. Our units aren't really cut out for, you know, melee combat, really. So our Hunter Spider can move in and attack those obstacles. I think what we might want to do is even throw a buff on them. Actually, this is where the Brew Brother would really come in handy. We can throw that buff on. So we'll do that with those units. And meanwhile, our monkey can just kind of hang out down here. Maybe even draw some of their... You know what, let's use the monkey to maybe try and draw some of their fire. Yeah, that's actually just fine. I kind of wanted them to... Yeah, exactly. Soak up the hits. Allow me to get in behind their cover here. So what we'll do is we'll throw Nourishing Meal on the Spider Baby, along with Bestow Iron Heart. I mean, we could also give them Guardian Flame if we really wanted, but I think maybe we'll keep that for another unit. There we go. And now we can move all of our units kind of in through this little opening that we've created here. Meanwhile, the Dread Monkey, I think we will retreat back a little bit. Okay, yeah, so you're going to come up and face me. Now, I fully expect the Spider Baby to come under attack. Probably get crippled, I'm sure. We might even move our Dread Monkey back just to, again, sort of harass a little bit. Can we fling poop here if we need to? No, we can't. But we can start walking our units in. Okay, nice. The Dread Monkey's actually doing an excellent job of just drawing the fire. So now we can use the opportunity to move our support units in to assist us here. Okay, there we go. And then, you know what, we'll back off here. Just do a little bit. Oh, those poor monkeys, they are just getting shot to pieces. Now, we could phase our Hunter Spider Baby in. The only reason I'm hesitant to do that is because I don't want them to just then get sort of ganged up on, which is inevitably what's going to happen if I do that, I'm sure. So instead, what we'll do is we'll just kind of move all of our units in. And we'll move the Spider Baby around kind of like this, perhaps. Oh, and you know what? I should have moved the Dread Monkey. That was a bit of a mistake. I didn't want them to take a ton of extra damage, but that's fine. Alright, so now I believe we can actually get our support units in close enough to kind of start putting in some work here. So, go for that Frostling one. And then, you know what? We can move in there and do some big damage. Let's see if we go like this. Oh, yeah, that's good. So, here's what we'll do. We will... Why are we not getting a flank here? Which way are they facing? Oh, I see. They're facing... Okay, they're facing the other direction. So, we'll go this way. And that will give us the flank. And then we should be able to do some work with our range units here. So, why don't we Yeah, we'll get the kill with the priest. Do a little bit of damage there. Rue Brother can step up as well. Okay, now just hopefully our spider doesn't get killed. That's the thing I'm the most concerned about. Okay, going after the support units, that's totally fine. Alright, so now let's do a little bit of damage here. Okay, perfect. You know what? Our Forge Priest can even just drop a heal. Maybe on the Blight Doctor. Then let's step up here. We do want to make sure we get a kill with our... Yeah, we'll do this. And then we can get the kill with our spiders here. Perfect. You can see they're getting a little bit closer to gold medal, which is what we need. And then our Storm Sister can get the finish right there. Fantastic. That takes care of that situation. Ooh, and a Goblin Butcher and a Frostling... Forged Frostling Shield. I'm going to take this more so for the Butcher just because I need another melee unit for kind of this little stack here. So I will take that. The Shield I'm, less concerned about. Let's just double check if any of our heroes are missing a shield. I think they all have at least something. Yeah, so we'll just send this to the nearest hero, which I believe is Gnulsa. And then Gnulsa can just sell it. Yeah, so we'll send it to Gnulsa, and then Gnulsa can sell it off. Yeah, so perfect. We got ourselves a Butcher. The Butcher's going to be, I think, helpful. You know what, I was going to say we might want to move the Priest off to join the Dread Monkey, who's in kind of rough shape, but I think we'll just do this. There we go. Okay, so now maybe let's go to the Shadow Realm and see what we can get up to in the Shadow Realm. So we have these little units doing some exploration for us. Again, they are time limited because they are going to decay here very shortly. But they can do a little bit of exploration while they're in the process of decaying. So we can at least kind of see what's going on around us. Very good. All right, so now we have Nero and his stack, and they're actually in pretty good shape at this point. Nero is very, very close to hitting level 9, which is what we need. So once he hits level 9, he gets access to Ghoul Curse, which is phenomenal. So let's head down to the Ancient Ruin here. Okay, and we've got ourselves Berserkers, 3 Berserkers, and a Nomad Bard. Okay. This should be a fairly straightforward battle. We don't have to worry about the mind control from the Bard because our units are all undead. And our Wyvern, I believe, has mind control immunity. So the other nice thing about being undead is we can't get cursed. So we don't have to worry about the curse. The only unit that has that is the Wyvern. So that's actually really handy. And then what we'll do is we'll send our Cadaver up. The Cadaver's almost certainly going to be killed, and that's totally fine with me. And then what we'll do is we will kind of just retreat some of our units back just a little bit. Bring the Wyvern back 1. We'll step Nero back as well. Just kind of like this. And we're just gonna kind of let them come to us. And if they kill the Cadaver, that's totally fine. Nice, lucky. Oh, and our Cadavers soaked up both units' attacks. That's excellent. They did their job very well for us there. That's exactly what we needed them to do. And now we can gang up on the Berserkers here, I think, without too much difficulty. We do have to be a little bit careful here because obviously these units aren't pushovers by any stretch. So if we were to attack here, we'll probably have to kill one of the 2. So you know what? Let's send our bird here in. What we'll do is we'll fly over like this with our Grimbeak Crow, turn them around, and then that's going to give us a good flank opportunity here. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do. I don't know if we're going to get the kill for sure there, but we'll be at least close. And then I think what we'll do is we will actually sort of retreat Nero a little bit away. Just so he's not, right in the line of fire here. That's kind of what I want to avoid. So we'll do that. And then what we're going to do with the gold medal Grimbeak Crow here is we're actually going to fly over and just... You know what? We're going to do this to drain the movement of the Berserker. And again, if the unit goes down, that's okay. It's just as long as we don't lose, hopefully, both of them. And then we'll park our Wyvern like this to help protect Nero a little bit, because we don't want this unit just kind of running on down. I think we'll be fine. Oh, dang. Okay, well, this Grimbeak Crow died, so now we're going to have to try and rescue him if we can. Because we don't want both our crows going down. Although I suppose we could turn one into a cadaver. That actually wouldn't be so bad. Let's see. How do we want to do this? So, our Pony Rider... Wow, hang on. So our Wyvern here, we could probably at least, if not kill, we could really mess up these Berserkers by flanking in behind. And that would allow us to get this Grimbeak Crow out of the danger zone, really. I think our Pony Rider can stand up to the attacks of both of these units without too much difficulty. So you know what? Let's do that. Fly over here. Do a nice attack like that. Grimbeak Crow can actually pretty much get the kill if we really wanted to. But I think what we'll do instead is we'll actually send Nero over. And we'll put the hurt on like this. Excellent. And then we might even just fly the Crow kind of back to sort of hide sort of back here. And then I think what we'll do is we'll have our Pony Rider kind of just hang out right here. And what we'll do is we'll eventually send Nero over to basically just try and... Yeah, there, that actually worked out super well. So now what we'll do is we'll head over and we'll revive the Grimbeak Crow. Reanimate the Grimbeak Crow. So I think what we'll do here actually is we'll move this set of crows. We just want to only hit once to turn the unit around. Then we can get a nice big flank shot here with our Wyvern and the kill. And a nice level up there as well. That's perfect. We can fight the Bard here for some pretty hefty damage. And then with Nero, we're going to step up. And we're going to throw... Oh, and you know what? I forgot we have Greater Reanimate Undead as well. So I was actually worrying maybe a little too much. Because I can revive twice now. Which is really nice. Perfect. So we got through that battle. Nero is now level 9, which is exactly what we wanted. There's some knowledge. And again, now this is a situation where we could have switched over to something else, but that's fine. Ooh, and we get Frost Bolts here. I'll take that. It's kind of nice. That gives us another ranged option there. Currently, we only had the Chicken and Black Bolts, so that's good to have. And then, yeah, let's do our level up here. So, the big ticket item we want is Inflict Ghoul Curse. Ooh, that is nice. So now things are going to start snowballing, hopefully, a little bit. And we can also grab Shadow Step, which is going to allow us to get in and out easier and get in there to do our Ghoul Curse and then get out of harm's way if we need to. So that is fantastic. Very, very nice. So yeah, now we can go down and try and fight these giants. And importantly, we have to be a little careful because we're kind of in rough shape, but we can fight the giants and I can try and get a Ghoul Curse on them, which would be amazing. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Sit right there. We'll fight the giants, and then we'll move over and try and clear out this structure as well. So now, with our Spiritual Freedom, we have to decide where do we want to throw that as well. Maybe we can finish up our battles before then, and I won't worry about it. So we'll grab that next turn. Oh, and you know what? Maybe I should have sent Beneaths up to deal with this, but... Well, that's okay. What are we doing in... Oh, yeah, we're working on the observatory. That's right. That's going to do it for most of our movement. We do have our ships still, though, so let's finish that up. You know what? We're going to let them run. I don't think it's really worth fighting in that instance. A little bit extra gold. We can grab our treasure while we're in the area. Ooh, and there's some additional undead. Probably spawned by the Haunted Boneyard. So, yeah, we got to be careful. There's some tough customers now out on the map. So, now, what do I do with these ships? I think maybe we head back this direction. I was originally going to have them come back down over here, but it's going to be quite a while before they're really able to get anywhere. So I think we'll actually go back this way. And then our other boats are right here. So we can head over and at least kill off this one undead unit. Make clearing out this city that much easier. As you can probably guess, we're just gonna cannon shot this pesky carrion bird into oblivion. There we go. Very nice. Now, what to do with these ones? I guess we'll just start heading over to some of these other aquatic structures that need to be cleared out. We'll probably stay away from the sunken city because it's a legendary and we only have 3 and they're kind of in rough shape. 3 ships, that is. We're going to need to repair them. So that's actually where maybe we get our builder over to the coast. You know, if we run kind of north, perhaps we can... Maybe if we run straight to the coast. Can this unit make it there in a single? Oh, it can. Oh, I don't know if there's going to be any saving the builder, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, if we go to the fort, I think we're going to be in trouble because we can't fight, and I think the reanimator will start knocking on the gate, which it will not be fun. So, yeah, I don't know if there's really any easy way out of this one. I actually don't know for sure if the reanimator will attack the gate or not. I think it will. You know what? We're gonna gamble it. I don't know for sure if it does. We're gonna just hang out right there. And then what we'll do is we'll put the builder in the water and have it go join our ships, assuming, of course, that it doesn't get killed. I think it has repair. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it does. Okay. I was going to say, builders only have repair, and I learned this in my Dreadnought playthrough. They only get repair machine if they're produced in a city that has a Master's Guild. Because normally that's not really relevant for me, but playing as a Dreadnought, that was extremely relevant. So I had to pay attention. So now, yeah, let's do our production. We've got over 1,000 gold, which is great. So let's decide. We can start doing Shadow Stalkers in our throne, or Succubi. You know what? I'm feeling some Shadow Stalkers. I think it's time. It's time. So let's do it. Over to Skorold. This is the recently acquired Dwarven city. So probably start developing it. We could do our Rogue's Palace. We can actually do a Siege Workshop in 2 turns. So let's do that. It's going to improve our production capability that much further. And this would be a good city to perhaps throw Spiritual Freedom on. Ding is our little goblin outpost, which, yes, so it does have a wall, which is great. That's going to help it out. And this Flowrock Quarry is fantastic. That's going to make a big difference. So let's do a Builder's Hall there. Zhang, unfortunately, sorry, bud, but you're still going to be kind of stuck. You know, this might be the option where we do just one more hurry to get this unit out that much faster. It's going to make them a little bit unhappy again, but... you know what? I think it might be worth... Again, I've dumped so much gold into this, but I don't want Zhang sitting here forever. So I think I'd rather spend that gold, get Zhang moving with an extra unit. Oh no, and we're coming under attack, so... I don't know if we can really run away. Let's just tunnel our way as far away as we can. I think we're going to get attacked kind of no matter what we do. Oh, and our little scout in the Shadow Realm here was going to go and grab some extra gold for us. Oh, and there's a tomb as well. That's good to know. Okay, now that my necromancers are super powerful, especially okay, we've already made contact there. Especially Nero, I'm really excited to have the opportunity to raid some of those tombs and try to recruit some powerful undead units. Let's check out what's over here. Okay, so that's just void. We can go at least look kind of what's down over there. Ooh, here we go. Some extra gold for us down there as well. That's great. Boy, it's nice getting all that extra gold that just kind of laying around on the map. Yeah, so now it's time to decide where do we want to throw Spiritual Freedom. We've got it on all of our sort of main production cities. So, for example, on Lilac, we have it. On our Throne City, we have it. Edinburgh, we have it. And then some of our smaller kind of cities on the periphery that we've started to bring in. We've got it over here. And this is, again, where I think it might be good to throw it on our Dwarven City. Do we have it on Beltheme? I'm not 100% sure. I think we just have Iron Grip. Yeah, we just have Iron Grip. So, yeah, I think that's what we'll do is we'll throw it here. There we go. And then, you know what? Let's do an Iron Grip here, and we can start throwing that on some of our cities as well. Although, you know, we could just do a Summon Grimbeak Crows right now if we needed. Might be nice to have another Scout out, or just to defend one of our cities if we've got one that's currently unguarded. It's not really going to do any good adding it in here, but let's see. Well, maybe a better question would be, would any of our cities benefit from increased happiness? So Lilac definitely would. So you know what? Let's do an Iron Grip. Yeah, there we go. That's a boost. Yeah, and that actually increased our production income a fair bit, so pretty happy with that. You know what? We'll do another one next turn. We'll do another Iron Grip, and we'll put it on... So we've already got a double there. We've got a double there. When I say double, I mean both spells are active, Iron Grip and Spiritual Freedom. We could throw it on... Oh, and actually, yeah, we need another Spiritual Freedom on Beltheme eventually. Oh, here, and the city we've reclaimed, Hamlet, is lacking both, so there's another opportunity to do that. So that's what we'll do. We'll end our turn right here. We'll just double check before we do that, though. These are all just joint offers. Havros is one I would actually consider right now, just because we have Nero kind of in the vicinity, but yeah, I'm a little hesitant. I mean, it would be nice as it grows, we might end up getting this. You know what? Oh, I might regret this, but let's do it. Let's do it. We can start developing the city here. Yeah, this is one with pretty low production, so we'll do a Builder's Hall. This is one we might want to throw Iron Grip on to get going and improve our production income a little bit. All right, we're going to end our turn there. And especially once we're able to clear out this structure, that will help protect the city a little more. There should be a lot less threats to the city, and we're going to have, hopefully, a quarry. And then, yeah, we might be able to, depending on how well the city grows here, we'd have to do a count, but we might get this Heart of the Shadow Realm here, Heart of the Shadows, whatever it's called. And we also have the Ancient Ruin as well, so lots of good opportunities there to grow the city. And eventually, if we can make it up to this Raven's Keep as well, that would be useful. So I anticipate that these giants are going to come and attack me, but we'll have to wait and see. That's actually going to be a pretty difficult battle for me, I think. So I'm going to need to, on future level ups with my Necromancer, I'm going to want to probably get... Eventually, I want to get Undying, because that's obviously very powerful. I don't think Nero has anything that would make Undying not useful. Like, I think Zhang has Explosive Death or something, which kind of nullifies... Oh, and look at that. Empire Quest completed Sage for our Dwarf Warlord opponent. That's not good. Yeah, I think I have the feeling he's going to be a tough customer. The only good news is that our Shadow Stalkers are probably going to be reasonably effective against some of his units, because they're going to have, I believe they have some physical damage resistance, which will probably play to my favor a little bit. Let's see here. What were we just saying? Oh yeah, so I'm hoping that these giants are going to attack me. The thing I'm going to have to be the most careful of, though, is that, again, our units aren't in great shape. I'm going to drop a heal on the Pony Rider, and I'm probably going to use one of Nero's spells, which is the one that gives you inflict. I think it curses the enemy units and gives you +2 damage or something like that. That'll give me a little bit more of a fighting chance. But as I level Nero up, I want to get him additionally Inflict Despair. Because that, if I can Inflict Despair on a unit and then try to Ghoul Curse it, when you Inflict Despair, that imparts Spirit Weakness, which then means that if you're going to use try to inflict Ghoul Curse is a Spirit check. Okay, so yeah, here we go. We're coming under attack, as expected. Let's do it. This is a tough battle because we've got two pretty strong melee units, a tier 3 and a tier 4 unit. Obviously, we're going to have to be very, very careful. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to retreat back to start. And I want to give myself time to throw on some of the things that I need here. First things first, let's throw on Dark Gift. That's the one I was talking about. Your units get Inflict Curse and +2 physical damage until the end of combat. And that would be great, actually. If we could curse these units, that would be awesome. Because that's going to make them, additionally, again, more susceptible to inflict Ghoul Curse. Now, I'm going to be able to try it on both of these units, but, again, ideally, I want the tier 4 unit, more than anything. But we'll have to see. I'll sort of take what I can get. If I can get either one or both, both would be amazing. I think a little unlikely, but, hey, it could happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to heal up the Pony Rider. And then I think we're just going to let them come to us a bit more. Now what I want to do, I want them to use up their attacks on the Cadaver. That's probably the kind of the most important thing here. So we're going to continue to pull back. Yeah, we're going to leave it just so that we're kind of just out of range for them. And then they're going to be able to wall up the Cadaver here. Perfect, okay. There we go. That's exactly what we want. So we want the Frost Giant to, do that. Oh, and I think we cursed him. We did, okay. What are our odds here of Ghoul Curse? So 55% odds of Inflict Ghoul Curse. That's pretty high, actually. That's really, really good. And the best part is our Cadaver is still alive, which is hilarious. So now, I think we just kind of gang up on him. What I would like to do, though, is I do kind of want to fly over to the Ogre and start using up the Ogre's attacks. That would probably be a good idea for me, I think. So, because I don't want the Ogre to, kind of mess with me at this stage. So you know what? Let's do that. We'll fly over, use up one of his... Yeah, there. Now he can't move in on me nearly as easily. Again, we lost our Grimbeak Crow, but, I'm totally willing to sacrifice them, especially in this battle. Plus, I might be able to recover them if I get the opportunity. So now with this Crow, the question is, do I want to, again, try and take away more movement, or do I want to deal with the Giant? I think the answer is going to be I want to deal with the Giant. But let's also see, what about this? Okay, you know what we'll do? We'll go like this. And then what we'll do is we will turn the Frost Giant around. And then we will come in here for the flank attack. For some hefty, hefty damage. And then we will... Yeah, we're good there. So we're going to fly over like this. Oh, hang on now. What's our damage looking like? So if we hit for max damage, we're doing... Oh, we're actually doing a little more than I want. So I don't want to get the kill outright. What I'd like to do is... You know what I could do? I could pounce and then... Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. Just don't know which way he's going to turn. I think it... Okay, there, yeah, he turned to me. Oh, he's immune to Ghoul Curse. That's so unfortunate. I was really hoping that that was gonna Ghoul Curse him. Dang it. Alright, well, we'll get the kill there. And, I'll eat his corpse. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I really, really wanted the, Alright, well, while we have the opportunity, we might as well try and Ghoul Curse the Ogre while we're here. Oh, and it's immune too. We had like a 70% chance and it failed. And of course now I'm gonna not get my Grimbeak Crows back, but that's fine. I mean, we were kind of more concerned with trying to recruit some of these other units. Yeah, I'm actually quite disappointed that that didn't work out for either of them. We had a better than 50% chance on both of them, so disappointing. Well, I can't remember what our quest reward was going to be. So this is one where we'll just have to kite them back here. We are going to need to deal with this, though, because this is kind of slowing the city down, having the enemy and domain penalty. But yeah, thankfully, the units here are not going to be able to get to us. I think we're going to be fine, because the biggest concern right now is the ranged attack from the Reanimator. Ooh, maybe actually... I wonder, are we actually in trouble here? So if it ends up right here, it's going to be able to hit us, so... Ooh, I think we're actually in trouble here. Hang on, can we throw on... We could throw on a quick dash and get further away. Because I think what's going to happen is the Reanimator is going to step up like this and attack us with a range shot here. Yeah, alright, well, here's what we'll do. We will head back this way and then use a quick dash. Again, this I might not actually need to do this, and this might not even make a difference, but I think we're out of range now. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Again, I might have not needed to do that, but I got a little paranoid there. And I don't want to lose the city, right? I'm starting to develop it. I'm going to have additional gold income from it, so it's not really worth losing. What we might even do... Ooh, Domain Invasion at Scorld and Bebjun. We're going to have to check out what that is. Oh, nice. We get a Fire Wyvern and a Frost Wyvern. Well, that will happily replace our two dead Grimbeak Crows. The only problem with Wyverns, of course, is I can't turn them into ghouls, but that's all right. I will take that reward. I will fold these units into the stack, and then we can head down and try and clear out this tomb, which I think is going to be... Ooh, actually, you know what? Maybe we should deal with these units while we're up here. Yeah, elementals that need to die. And then we can go down and do the tomb. Alright, we'll move them into the stack. Okay, let's check out kind of what's going on here. So, we had Domain Invasion at Scorld. Okay, just some kind of pesky units, nothing to really worry about. Bebjun, it's the spiders again, of course. Item has arrived. Nice, okay. That's a quiver for Beneaths, and I think we're going to give the quiver to Beneaths, because even though this is a really good item, I like that this gives additional range damage, which is going to be nice because we have the mosquito darts and... Oh, I guess down here. So if we unequip it, yeah, we're doing 4. If we equip it, now we're doing extra. So really nice because we have the mosquito darts and we also have the inflict stun. which is really powerful. It does suck to lose the shield because this is actually quite a good item to have, but I think that makes more sense. And then as for other heroes, you know, Gnulsa could benefit from a better... Actually, so could Zhang here, so... I think we'll send it maybe to... Yeah, let's send it to Gnulsa. Gnulsa's a little bit further away. You know what, let's send it to Zhang, because Zhang's shield really isn't that good, so... We'll give it to Zhang. Okay, now the question is, do we want to head up and try and save the city, or do we want to start working on down here? I kind of want to save the city, as annoying as it is to kind of play Ring Around the Rosie here. I want this dealt with, so that I'm not having to constantly deal with this annoying situation. Then we'll head down and start trying to take over that city. And of course, this is going to keep happening, so we need to get a bit of a stronger defense on our city where we have it right now. We'll attack the Lost Soul for some damage. And then we'll just kind of pull back and let them sort of come to us. Oh, and I forgot that I had this Initiate up here, so got to make sure that the Initiate doesn't get killed. You know what, we'll drop a heal on the Eagle Rider here. And we'll step up, blast those Lost Souls for some damage. Move in and get the kill, hopefully, yep. And then, oh, and look at this, we can go in and do a Wing Beat here for some devastating amounts of damage. Step up, get the kill there. Perfect. Our Eagle Rider did a really good job there. And then, yeah, we've already used our heal, so... I think we can slip away, but I don't actually think that gives us any additional experience, no. And then Beneaths can just get the kill here with... Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So yeah, a bit of a waste of movement to come all the way back up here, but... And then we'll start heading down this way. So this is still independent, at least. That means it hasn't been captured by my opponent here, Olarmian, just yet. Or at least, you know, again, he might be right on the edge of it, but so far he hasn't captured it, so we're going to go try and get it. And yeah, of course, Olarmian has completed Sage, which is really unfortunate. That means he's finished a Tier 6 research project, which isn't good. Iron Grip's now ready to go, so we have to decide where to do that. Again, we've kind of thought about it. Oh, nice, and our builder survived, so we're going to send him off into the water, actually. And then we're going to send our ships down this way. And actually, here's a great opportunity. We can replenish our movement once we get here. And then we'll bring the builder along so that we can repair the galleons that have taken some damage. They're going to kind of need it, so... Oh, and look at that. They lined up. Couldn't have asked for a better situation for me here. Boom. Easy. So that restored their movement, and now we can join with the builder, and that will allow us to start repairing ourselves, which is really good. Although, part of me is tempted to just go and clear that out while we're in the area, but... I think I'd rather just have the builder to start. We can move up and clear these two out next turn, so... There we go. I think we'll probably call it an episode here pretty soon. Just looking around to see if there's kind of anything else that we want to maybe do before we end it. One thing I maybe do want to do is decide what to do with Nero. While I'm in the Shadow Realm, I'll keep moving my little cadavers here. So we've made contact with this dwelling already. Boy, our gold income is phenomenal. And then finding all that extra gold is really helpful. The other guy must have decayed by now. Yeah, I think so. I think we do still have... All right. So let's decide what to do with Nero. I think rather than heading to the tomb now, I think I'd rather clear this out, especially since I now have this city and I'm developing it. When this is where we're going to throw our Iron Grip, so we'll do that. Look at that. That sped this up by 1 turn. We've now got 30 production income per turn, so that's a big boost. So let's head over, and yeah, we want to deal with these. So you know what? This is a good battle to end the episode on, I think. So let's do it. You know, this won't be an easy one, that's for sure. These elemental units can be real pesky. And unfortunately, I don't think we can inflict Ghoul Curse on them. Let me double check that, but I don't think we can. Where is it? Inflict Ghoul Curse. Yeah, elemental units are not affected, so... Alright. This might be a good opportunity, though, to use... Again, we might not need it, but I think it would be helpful. Let's just throw on Dark Gift just to be safe. Gives us a little bit of an extra edge in this one. You know, it's kind of a good insurance policy, right? And then, yeah, once this battle's over, I think we'll call it an episode. Get ourselves kind of in a position here to do some fighting. But again, I kind of want them to go after my cadaver. Or not. Oh, and look at this. The cadaver can actually do some big damage there. Very, very nice. And you know what? Let's kind of pull back here. We'll let them just kind of wail on the cadaver a bit. Okay, tried the freezing touch and failed. Yeah, the cadaver just tanking damage. Absolutely fantastic. Alright, so now with Nero, we can do some work here. Do we want to... Well, this is a frost elemental, so we definitely aren't going to do as much damage as we could. This is a good opportunity to maybe use our Fire Wyvern here. Just looking kind of at what our options are. Oh, big damage with the Pony Rider here. Let's do that. Excellent. And then, perhaps we will just protect the flank of our Pony Rider a little bit here. Kind of like this. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. And then with Nero, we can... Let's get our black... Actually, you know what? Let's get our Throw Chicken out. Ooh, and we can go for the kill, actually. Oh, not quite. That's a shame. Fire Wyvern can sit there. I have to be careful because we've got 2 Frost Elementals who are gonna... Yeah. There we go. Alright. Oh, and look at this. Big damage here. Oh, and we got frozen, though. Yikes. Gotta watch out for that, that's for sure. Well, this is kind of a frost versus frost battle right there. We'll go like this. And then we'll go like that. And then I think what we'll do is we'll step over and use our Black Bolts here for some hefty damage and the kill. Very nice. And our Cadaver has Resurgence, of course, so it will come right back. Fantastic. Ooh, and look at this. We got some casting points. That's really nice. Okay, so I think now we will turn this stack around, and we're going to head for that tomb. And then next episode, we're going to raid this tomb and see what kind of hopefully powerful undead unit we can acquire. And at this point, we might also absorb this dwelling now that we're kind of here, and we can start developing it and potentially maybe add in eventually this Forgotten Throne. So I think that's the game plan in the Shadow Realm. So let's head back to the surface here, and we'll zoom out. And that's where we're going to end this one. We're going to save it as episode 13. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.